Peace. Quick lip. Think fast. Got two life lessons, two lessons for two facets of society. Well, for one, for the entire society in the whole, and then one lesson for just a small section of society. I ain't gonna say a small section because in some cases, more cases than none, everybody is a parent. In most cases, some of us have children or about to have kids. It's a cycle of either you're not gonna have none at all, which is a very few of us. But for the most part, people are reproducing. But I want to speak on how, like, matter of fact, I had the quote, like, mama and daddy. Time to realize being parents doesn't all of a sudden exclude you from learning life lessons and growing spiritually. I repeat. it, Mama and daddy. Gotta address it. Time to realize that being parents doesn't all of a sudden exclude you from learning life lessons and growing spiritually. A lot of parents feel like once they had their first child, it's like, all right, once I'm out of high school and I had my first kid, or once I done stopped going to school in some form or fashion, like, now I could just do and say what I want. And even though stuff have to make sense in this world and we deal with science and real facts and things of this nature, I'm gonna just do and say what I want because I'm a parent now and it doesn't matter. But parents gotta move out of that ignorant stage of just, because I'm the grown person, I'm the one to listen to, because I'm the grown person, what I say go, and I don't have to explain myself because that's just how it is and how it been. Which, honestly, I'm saying this, hopefully there's less and less of those type of parents out there, but I know because I stay on my high vibration. I know that other things still exist, even though I'm still, on the vibration I'm on. So it may still exist on that level. But, as a matter of fact, to some of the people who know you got an auntie or auntie, mom or dad, whoever, might need to see this video, definitely tell them to check it out, But it's just realizing, like, it's more to life, and that, because another thing I realized, that parents are another thing. Don't feel hurt. You gotta drop that pride when it comes to your children becoming smarter than you. That is a psychological breakdown. Matter of fact, that's a breakdown of the ego, because being a parent is also an egotistical role. And I spoke on this before where, some parents struggle with their children becoming smarter than them, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen it, with my own experience, like, where, and it's not like no hissy fit, but it's like, it's just like how could I say, it's like a cultural shock. Like, well, say for instance, my mom really realizing, like, man, all right, this fool really smart and really read them books and really, you know what I'm saying? He really stopped drinking them 40s and, and stop sleeping in the car and anyway, like, but parents, and reason why I'm addressing parents, because part, which is different, but now I'm speaking on the parents, but it's different parts of this old consciousness mind frame that, needs to grow up. And when I say need, it's only the ones who's chosen to grow up, you know what I'm saying? Some people are meant to stay where they at, but I know that some people still out there, like, on the fence where, they still, that old construct, that old consciousness is still trying to hold on to them. But that voice inside, that God, that Christ within is saying, like, nah, it's more, learn more. It don't stop at the little church and religion and the Bible that you've been taught, to deal with. It's more to it, because I know from where I'm from, that's mostly what the problem is, especially in the melanated community or African American black communities, the Catholic Church, in which I always bring up that I'm from Louisiana, Opelousas, Louisiana, where we actually have one of the biggest Roman Catholic churches for a black congregation it was in the south or in the southeastern region. I don't know how that how that statistic changed or what, but that's because of slave mentality. There's a bunch of slaves that way. If you got that many black people in the Roman Catholic Church, I mean, they had to be brought into that by some slave masters. So basically, it's just a lot of brainwashing too, and then a lot of misinformation. Cause like any person that's like in their between 70s to 50s, I say like 50 to about 80, or 50 on up, I say, they dealt with a lot of lack of information, almost, and then the further you go up, zero to none, but for the ones of you who kind of on the fence and know that there's more, but you kind of just being, and it's more of stubbornness out of course, holding on to your egotistical position, but also just stubbornness out of age, stubbornness out of doing what you're used to and being stuck in a certain consciousness, but it's time to definitely grow up. And then the second part of society I want to speak to is the part of society that doesn't want to accept people who are extremely intelligent without your fake degrees, without us getting a little box hat and becoming a box head, getting a little Saturn box on our head and getting 1 degree out of 360 degrees of knowledge. But you get 1 degree after 4 long years. So how many years you think it'll take you to get 360 degrees of knowledge in their system? They playing games with us, man. I ain't gonna say what I'm gonna say with us to just say because I'm one with everything, but playing games with y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of, but and I'm jokingly saying it to a certain extent because, I mean, now if you're gonna use college to your advantage, or you see some type of advantage where you're gonna really make something out of it, then all right, cool, it is what it is. But college isn't gonna really, it's not gonna really get it done for you. You gotta really find the 360 degrees of knowledge. But society, so much is just like, if you don't have a degree, if you don't have that voucher, and that's all it is a voucher. A degree is like me saying, hey, this my boy so-and-so, he fixed cars. He's very great at it. You should trust him fixing your car. That's what a college degree is, basically. And that's the thing that it's getting down to, it's like, here it is with all us, especially in this age right now where we're getting into the age of Aquarius, but not only that, but just this age of awakening where you're having a lot of us students, I like to say master students and not master teachers. A lot of us master students is awakening and arising, and man, we're just as intelligent, excuse me, we're just as intelligent, as somebody with 10 degrees. Because again, back to the degrees, it's degrees in whose school system, But, it's time for society to start to respect, the person that doesn't have the degree. And it's getting to that point. That's one of the main reasons why I know life, like, it wasn't just me saying, hey, I don't want to go to school no more, I'm going to quit, Part of it was my sole purpose to live a certain type of life as a blueprint. Even what I'm doing right now, like we're going through the houselessness and jumping from Louisiana to Los Angeles, and then I'm traveling, like, is an example, like my life is, not only am I being able to speak on certain things, but I'm actually going through it, firsthand, so I could be able to, speak from from an authentic place in essence, But, the degrees, like say for instance right now, I bet you every, like the 4.0 student, the valedictorians of, look at you, if you a star seed sitting here right now, are you a person that's on your spiritual growth? Look at your high school class, or or college if you did do your get your little 1 degree or 2 degrees. But look at your classes of people throughout life, and look at the grades you made and what the 4.0 students made, But basically, look at the intelligence you have as a star seed, the intelligence other people have as a 4-point student, 4.0 student in the educational system. You notice that, like it's not all about just being book smart to the system of, the American system or just the school system in general. It's about spiritual intelligence. It's about godly intelligence, the intelligence of life, of nature, because that's what we're doing. Like, say for instance, that's why it should be like law of attraction courses and learning about chakras in kindergarten. Like, we should learn. We're here not to be, and that's how you know it's a game, and how they trying to trick us or been trying to trick everybody. We are souls here. We are vibrational beings here to be advanced beings and be able to interact with the whole galaxy. But here it is, they teaching you how to add 1+1, and Jane had 10 apples, and now she got 3. How many apples she got now? Or how many apples got taken over? Like, of course, that does help jog the brain in essence. But I'm being facetious. But like it we're here. We're here to be more advanced, to be advanced souls. It's not here to learn all that little ABC. Is more to it. And that's how you know somebody playing the game with you. Cause here it is, like, well, parents love somebody that love you. They're gonna teach you what's really going on. So the fact that we ain't learning about chakras and about nadis and the meridian systems and the earth chakras, you know what I'm saying? Learn about the firmament instead of a globe. Like, the fact that we're not being taught all these things just is self-explanatory within itself. So that tangent, but just getting on, the foolishness, man. Like, it's coming to an end, but we have to stay proactive. We're not here to exhaust ourselves and kill ourselves to save the world. None of that. But we're here for the experience, and part of the experience, and part of what some of us chose to do on this experience is help raise the vibration, so that we could, usher in some other high vibrational things into this paradigm, into this physical reality. So, but in order to do that, we gotta eliminate the lower vibrations. We can't upload the new software to the computer system if we go look at the RAM and the old computer system still taking up space. And now we can't even upgrade the new computer system because you still got old computers. Our old computer software taking up the new software space. So, through putting old stuff in the recycling bin, old software just end up disappearing on its own. However old software take care of itself, as time passes. As the time passes and the old software get off the computer, and then there'll be new software. Matter of fact, we are the new software, Star Seeds. We are like that program, not the floppy disk, but the flash drive, and even faster than the flash drive. But that's basically my main 2 messages for the parents. It's time to realize that just because you spit a baby out doesn't mean you could stop learning now. Like, just because you have a child doesn't make you the authority on everything now. Like, matter of fact, think about that. Always think about what you ask of your children and what you ask of yourself. And make the comparison, and you'll start to see how silly you would seem to yourself and society. Which of course, when I'm saying this, I'm not speaking to it, just speaking on it, but also just to speak to y'all on the situation about, like, not feeling like you have to go get no degree too, because we're moving into that age too. Because also, how I think about it, like, I want my nephews to see, my little cousins to see, like, hey, my big cousin, my uncle, he making a living and he ain't even had to deal with none of that college stuff. You know what I'm saying? I want them to see that, you know. So that's part of also, like, with me and my soul purpose and me being in that position. That's what it does, you know, for people outside looking in, is it lets people see that there's other options, you know, that all you need is a laptop and your brain and reading a few books and meditation, and you know, and you could go some places, you know. But you know, without hearing it from somebody, you'll never know that those options exist. But that's it. Peace. Happy now. Now it's a vibrate. We're not going too far in the future. Not going too far in the past. All right.